Welcome back to How Would I Book WWE PPVs in 2018. The final year will be for Christmas, and the debuting Luke Weston also the second Millionaire edition on DVD. Next up it's Hell in a Cell match. 1. Christina Aguilera vs John Cena in a Hell in a Cell match. John Cena cost Christina Aguilera the US title at SummerSlam. But after the 10 minutes match, John Cena was cheated to win. 2. Faye Wills and The Miz vs Backstreet Boys and Ella Henderson for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Faye and Miz won the tag titles with the help from Sarah Jones on Raw. BSB and Ella needed that tag titles yet again. But however, due to the distraction by Sarah Jones, Lucy Allen, and Emerald's Head, The Miz and Faye Wills yet to retain their tag titles. 3. Britney Spears vs the Spice Girls for the WWE Championship. Spice Girls gets their rematch at Hell in a Cell. But after the 15 minutes match, Baby One More Time is enough to win for Britney Spears as she retains her WWE Championship. Last, Little Mix vs Lucy Cardiff in a Hell in a Cell match for the Universal Championship, as the Big Show as a special guest referee. Lucy Cardiff turned heel to align themselves with The Miz and Faye Wills. But that match will end a no contest, after Barney returns and attacks both contestants. Next up it's Super Showdown. 1. I-5 vs Richie Neville and Scott Robinson for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Richie and Scott won the number 1 contenders match against the other teams. But I-5 was able to retain their tag titles. 2. The Rock and Byron Saxton vs Stephanie Platt and Shane McMahon. Those two teams had a great match. I would have The Rock and Byron Saxton to win clean. But then after the match, Byron Saxton turned heel on The Rock. 3. Britney Spears vs the Spice Girls for the WWE Championship. Once again, the Spice Girls had a rematch for Super Showdown. But it isn't enough for Britney Spears as she retains her WWE title. 4. Emerald's Head vs Ben Bartle for the Cruiserweight Championship. Ben Bartle needed that big championship opportunity. However, Ben Bartle finally defeats Emerald's Head to win his first Cruiserweight champion. 5. Universal Champion Little Mix, Intercontinental Champion Backstreet Boys, and Ella Henderson vs Lucy Cardiff and the Raw Tag Team Champions The Miz and Faye Wills. I think their music reunion. I would have Little Mix, Backstreet Boys, and Ella Henderson to win this match. 6. Ryan Palmer vs Five for the number 1 contenders match for the WWE Championship. I would not have Five win. I would have Ryan Palmer to set up for Britney vs Ryan Palmer match for the WWE Championship at Crown Jewel. Finally, Mario vs Chris Tarrant. This match is about 10 minutes, but Chris Tarrant was able to win, due to the help from Michael Jackson. Next up it's Survivor Series. 1. Intercontinental Champion Backstreet Boys vs United States Champion Taylor Yeager. I would not have heel Ella Henderson cost Backstreet Boys the match. I would have Backstreet Boys to win, due to the distraction from CDT. 2. Raw Tag Team Champions X Factor, with Danny not on their corner versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions Richie Neville and Scott Robinson, with Julia Clare on their corner. This match was about 15 minutes, but however, Team Raw gets their second point, as X Factor wins. 3. Ben Bartle vs Brooke Nile for the Cruiserweight Championship. I think Brooke Nile should debut after Survivor Series. But since Brooke Nile was set to debut after Survivor Series, I would have Ben Bartle to retain his Cruiserweight title. 4. Team Raw, which consists of Lucy Cardiff, Faye Wills, Byron Saxton, The Miz, and Ed Sheeran vs Team SmackDown, which consists of No Authority, 5, Brooke Vincent, The Spice Girls, and Christina Aguilera. I would have Team Raw get the win over Team SmackDown. But then after the match, Tyra White, Byron Saxton, and Faye Wills attacked Lucy Cardiff. Finally, Universal Champion Barney vs WWE Champion Ryan Palmer. Barney won the Universal Championship over Lucy Cardiff after Tyra White cost Lucy the title, and Ryan Palmer ends Britney's WWE title reign and turned heel. I would have Barney win, due to the distraction from Britney Spears. Last, it's TLC. 1. Richie Neville and Scott Robinson vs DJ Luck and MC Meat vs I5 for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I5 and DJ Luck and MC Meat should put them into the mix. But however, it isn't enough to finish the Tag Champions reign yet, as they successfully retained their titles. 2. Lucy Cardiff vs Tyra White. If Lucy Cardiff wins, she gets another shot at the Universal Championship. If Tyra White wins, she becomes a Grand M of Raw. I would have Lucy Cardiff win, due to the help from James Corden, Ed Sheeran, Jamie Yeager, Laura DeWitt, and Stephanie Joseph. 3. Ed Sheeran vs Faye Wills. I think this match was about 5 minutes. I would have Ed Sheeran win, after the Miz cost Faye Wills the match. 4. Brooke Vincent vs John Cena in a tablet match. John Cena breaks Brooke Vincent's arm during SmackDown. But I would have Brooke Vincent to win this match. 5. Ryan Palmer vs Britney Spears for the WWE Championship. Ryan Palmer turned heel before Survivor Series. But I would have Ryan Palmer retain, by hitting her with the low blow. 6. Backstreet Boys vs Ella Henderson for the Intercontinental Championship. Ella Henderson turned heel on Raw. But that heel tactics is enough for Ella Henderson to win her third IC title reign.